All right, don't leave. Hold on. My analytics tell me that most of my views are only seen by the first 7 seconds, and then you guys are out of there. So I'm gonna do a real quick what's in the bag, and this one's for you, Dave K. Because you always tell me you watch the videos, and I think you said one day you'd love to see me pull out a donut. I don't have a donut today, so I just have a muffin. So I'm gonna have a muffin with my coffee, and I think that was great that you gave me that comment so that I can do that little joke there. All right, so let's get right into it. Real deal. I went to Acar Electronics this week. So I have a Wi-Fi camera that I picked up somewhere, and of course it doesn't have an antenna. So it's got that small little antenna. So I picked one of these up at Acar Electronics, and it's kind of like a barrel jack style, and then it's got the little side. So good. This was like just a couple bucks. So I'm glad I picked that up. Now I can put that on the Wi-Fi camera, and then I could put way at the end of the yard, and hopefully I can still pick up my Wi-Fi signal. So thank you for having stuff like this that seems to be obsolete, but everybody still needs it. All right, here we go. This is a motor shield, and you might be thinking, why did I get another motor shield? I have other motor shields, and I think you saw that I have a little track kind of robot. It's got a DMOS, a WeMOS 1 D1 on it, and it's a Wi-Fi, and it's using a YUN. And what I'm doing is I was out in the backyard just kind of doing a remote thing where I have a laptop running Linux, and then I send a few commands that say go straight for a while, then turn left and turn right, which makes me feel like more like I'm on a satellite mission or a moon mission, where I gotta sort of give it instructions, it uploads, and then you see those instructions work. I love that. I love that effect. I love that idea. Obviously people like to use remote controls. I like that too, but that's more like a real-time response, and that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking at code, using some methods, seeing how I can line up those methods, send the command, watch it upload, then watch it execute. So the reason why I got a second motor controller is because by chance I just picked up, oh my gosh, I just picked this up. You will not believe some of the stuff that comes in Silicon Valley. Anyways, this is a starter robot kit. This is Make Block. Yeah, Make Block. And the other one I have just the tracks. So this one has the full unit. The other one was just partial of a kit. This is like a brand new kit. So if you think you're interested in me like auctioning this off or doing some sort of giveaway, then let me know, because I don't know. I'm totally open to stuff, and if I don't get feedback, I can't figure out what I'm gonna do. I can watch people do stuff, but I don't know what the vibe is for everybody out there. But anyway, something like this is a good idea, and what this allows me to do is now I'll have 4 independent motors, and I'll take those 4 independent motors and I'll make more kind of like a Mars rover, to where each motor will drive independently the 4 wheels, which I've been trying to do for a long time. Normally I just have to use the track, and I don't like that idea. I kind of want to go with the kind of the rover. So that'll be the next thing. So let me know. I got other like kits that are partial kits and stuff that, if I auction it off or if I do a giveaway, I just need to know. I need to know if you guys are interested. For all I know, you are, but I just don't know that. So this is some sort of expansion board, which looks pretty cool. I'm just going really fast because, it's just that time. But this has a bunch of header pins on it, and this is basically piggybacks onto the Arduino, and it has like kind of like a connector here, and then we have our standard analog and digital stuff. So it's just a shield that'll go on top of an Arduino. I'm never ready. It's similar to this shield, right? So we have a shield and it'll go on top. So pretty cool. Maybe I can put this on the actual these that I picked up, right? I told you I picked these up. This is the Arduino 4. And do I think you should get an Arduino 4? Not if you're like me. I think I'm using the old 1.8 IDE, and when I try to load this R4 on there, it just doesn't find it. My COM port doesn't see it, and I have a USB to a USB-C, and for whatever reason, I don't have that set up right. I don't think it's FTDIR. I don't think it's that. I just think there's something wrong with the driver, or maybe it's too new, and I needed to have a Windows 10. I think I have a Windows 7 system. So anyways, that's all stuff that I need to deal with. So not a big deal for you, but I think you might want to go with an older Arduino 3 and be up and running, or a Nano, or a Pico. Even like the Pico, I've been messing with the Picos. Okay, so I bought another 555 timer, and this is basically two capacitors, two pots on here, and it allows you to just kind of do like a pulse signal. And I have another one of these, but it's tied up somewhere. So like I was saying before, always try to get two items. That way one can be tied up in a project and the other one you can use. So 555 timer, you don't have to build the circuit. It is a pre-built circuit, which is awesome. And so it gives you the trigger and then the delay time. And if you read up on 5.5s, they're everywhere in the world. They're just super common, super easy circuit. You can build them, or you can find kits like this that are pre-built, and I prefer to do these now, because I used to do I do like a cat feeder where I would push a button and then it would trigger, and they call it a single shot trigger. And I just realized that for that kind of stuff it doesn't work. I needed to have a microcontroller so I can turn things on, turn things off, have feedback. And I found that with the 555 timer, it was very specific to just doing one function. And once you build that circuit, you're like, well, I want it to do this, or I want it to do that. So not everything is easy, so sometimes it's best to do a little research and find what kind of microcontroller you want to use. You can probably use anything from a microbit to anything, a Pico. You know, they're a little harder with the interfaces, or the Circuit Python and all that, but it doesn't really matter. But the microbit's super easy. You can use their, snap code or the block code. That's really easy. All right, and then I got just a couple more things here. Let's see. Yep. Oops, let me get something in there. Ooh, yeah, okay. So that's just the receipt in there. So I picked these up, and again, you're gonna say, what am I doing, right? So I found that DSLR, and these are 4 gig SD cards with the micro SD with the SD kind of piggybacked in there, kind of like this. And I'm just finding that, maybe hoarding it, or whatever you want to call it, but I think as I go and I look for circuits and I look for technology, it just seems to get further and further away. So I'm sort of just collecting these things when I see them for cheap. And 2 gigs, 4 gigs, they're getting harder and harder. I got to go to like a Target, which is our kind of clothing store, and now they're food stores. But if I go into there, I got to pay $14, $15 to $30 for these higher end SD cards, and I don't need those, right? I need just a data logger, which is a 2 gig, or something small. So I don't need to go in there and buy this 128 Mario Kart kind of specific card for them, or it just seems like it's getting more and more difficult to find circuits and stuff like that. I did do another what's in the bag the other day, and I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just totally hoarding. But let's see if I get some other. Yeah. I think I might have done this one before, but we'll do this real quick. I got these clips, plus minus clips. Love them. 24 gauge, 7.5. These are pairs. Remember we talked about that. I don't want to be cutting stuff and splicing. And then I got some extra gauge. This isn't single core. No, I think it's single strand. But these are 10.5, and these are 28 gauge. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm getting thinner and thinner smaller and smaller wire sizes, so I can start tying in more and more circuits. Then I picked up a Nano. I got a Nano 3.0, and like I was saying, you know, you pick your microcontroller and, you know, start doing your own projects. And sometimes you may have something that's super small. I mean, this is super small, right? And the 5.5 timer isn't much bigger, but like, right? You see what I'm saying? They're so extremely different. Like I can put a bunch of stuff on here. I got a BME 280, I think it is, which says temp and humidity. And then I got a couple LEDs on here that circuit basically tells me when I'm at 43 degrees humidity and 22 degrees temp, and the LEDs flash and it strobes when it's at set point. So there we go. There's another one. I think the last thing I have here, yep, is just this is a boost. So this is another boost, and these go all the way up to, I think, 30 volts. So I've been doing these so that I can get the Pico, not the Pico, but the Raspberry Pi kind of step up or step down that power, so I can start doing more and more outdoor projects. An ESP32, you know what I'm doing with those, right? So we got the network stuff and the AI girlfriend and all that stuff. That all's using Pico. I bought 2 of these PCBs. Loving these. These are good size. The other size I have is like this, the OSERP. So just variety, right? And last but not least is here, 24 gauge, 2.5 inch or something. 25 of these, and they're soldered. The leads are tinted. Okay, so that was it. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to enjoy my muffin, my coffee. Dave K, thanks for the great idea. Putting that in there, give a little surprise in the first 7 seconds of the video. Alright, go be you. Take care, everybody. So long.